All right, here we are. We're doing Key to Success. We think number 54, 55,
That's what
55. Okay, and so the beat keeps going. And so this week we're talking about over-exercising. This is Dr. Martin Rutherford, certified functional medicine practitioner, also a chiropractor, longer than I've been alive, and also Dr. Randall Gates, board certified chiropractic neurologist, also a chiropractor. And Dr. Rutherford has been doing a lot of consultations lately with patients who have been over exercising. So we want to talk to you about that. Not all of you exercise to the point of severe exhaustion, but some of you do, and we want to talk about how that can negatively affect your physiology, basically not help all those dietary interventions that you're going through, and can break down your gastrointestinal tract. So
yeah, when most of our patients have autoimmune problems, most of our patients, not all of you have both of these, but most of you do. Most of you have autoimmune problems. A number of you have, shall we say, overfiring sympathetic nervous systems. We refer to it as sympathetic dominance, chronic fight flight. Some of you are just aware that you're in some sort of post-traumatic stress syndrome. We're talking to most of you who've been through this, but I've had a couple of folks coming in lately who are personal trainers or who were about to kayak the
Colorado River.
the Colorado River and things of that nature. So, they ask, well, what can I do between now and the time I come and see you gentlemen? And my answer is cut down your exercise. Because when you get to a certain point, when you have an immune response or you have an overactive sympathetic nervous system that is now hopefully relatively under control for most of you. Okay, you have a certain capacity to be able to withstand stimulus. Okay, stimulus is exercise. Exercise is something that would be considered stimulus. And you have a threshold. And when you exceed that threshold, we call it exceeding your metabolic capacity. Now, usually it can be pretty bad when you get here. And Dr. Gates has to really change his protocols to make sure that he doesn't exceed it with the program he sets out for you with the brain rehab. But even later on, and I'm a good example, I used to exercise a lot. It was nothing for me to go to the gym for 2 to 3 hours. I went through periods where I was running and not exactly running marathons, but I would run 3 miles to 5 miles 3 times a week and then 12 miles on the weekend. So I've done all those things. And in the end, it creates a problem. For me, just from a practical perspective, I would become very tired. So in the beginning, when I do consults, a lot of times, particularly a fibromyalgia patient, chronic fatigue patient, I'll say, do you have good days? They'll say, yeah, because that's autoimmunity. You'll have good days. Mm-hmm. And I'll say, what happens after the good days? And they'll say, I crash. And then I'm like, I can't do anything for the next 3 or 4 days. Even though you're well on a certain gradient, on a certain level, you still probably have to modify your exercise. I know I do exercise now 2-3 times a week. I'll do a gentle stretching and some mild calisthenics, maybe one set of each. I walk my dog at night for about 40 to 45 minutes, and I golf. I've quit skiing. I don't ski anymore. It's a little bit too much, but I do golf. I'm able to walk 18 holes, so I can still stay in shape. But you need to calm down your exercise, because you want to give me specifics.
Exactly. When you're over exercising, and all of us have different exercise routines. But when people over exercise, then what has been shown is that you decrease blood flow to your gastrointestinal tract, and it's thought that this can precipitate a greater degree of intestinal hyperpermeability. Most of you know that as leaky gut syndrome. And for any of you out there, when you feel like your hands are cold or your feet are cold, just know that same response is happening to your gastrointestinal tract. So when you're exercising vigorously, you're getting less blood flow to your GI tract, which may not be too bad if it's less than 30 minutes. But for those of you who like to really, run hard for an hour, doing boot camps, exactly, those exercise classes going for up to an hour, high intensity cardio, HIIT cardio, that can be pretty hard on your body, especially once you pass the 30-minute mark. So just be aware of that. Of course, exercise is good. We all have our own exercise routines. I have a different one from you, but just be vigilant of how you're feeling, especially after you do that. And if you have any gut symptoms or increase in your autoimmune symptoms, you really may want to pay attention to what you're doing in the gym, on the track, or out on the trail.
Yeah, and this isn't the largest group of our patients by any means that are doing this extreme exercising, but it's a significant enough portion where we felt we wanted to present this, because we're trying to hit everybody, help everybody to stay better.
Yes.
All right.
So this was number 55. We'll see you next week, and thanks for watching.